What's up, everybody? This is Zach with Be a Light, and I've got two awesome gentlemen to both of my sides. I'm going to let y'all choose which one goes first.
Judah.
Hi, I'm Judah. That's all I got.
This is Judah, and this is...
Shad. Shad.
This is Shad, everybody. We want to make it as awkward as possible so everyone is slightly off their balance and everything. But God is awesome.
Yes.
Man.
100%. And Shad and Judah, Judah and Shad, Zach, Judah, Shad, Shad, Zach, Judah, whichever combination. Amy.
ZJS.
Yes. All of us together are Be a Light. And God put us together in the most it was only God. Shad reached out to me. He was like, hey, I'm wanting to, get lunch and everything. And I was like, is this like a witch hunt? Are you like coming after me? That was my first thought. I was like, what's going on here? So I was like, what you need? I'll go to lunch with you. And he was like, oh, I'm wanting to get into the like video and all of this. And little did Shad know that God was like, I want you to do all of these things. And I was building up to like the launch of Be a Light. And it was the Thursday before we met is when I was like, okay, this is my new project. This is what it is. And got to Cracker Barrel because that's where Jesus serves food the Southern way, other than Chick-fil-A. And I met Judah first.
Yep. And
we just kind of hit it off.
Yeah, and it's the Lord if I end up at Cracker Barrel, because I don't go there.
You don't go there?
No.
But there were so many things that were kind of like hitting in place because you talked about like wanting biscuits the night before. I was going to buy them and everything, but then you got them there.
Yeah, jelly biscuits.
Yeah, and like when we first sat down, we started talking and everything, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give them the details, what they need to know, and it's to do all of this a little overwhelming, to be 100% honest. So, like if you're trying to get into it for the first time. Yeah. So I was just kind of like, okay, well, here it is, all is, and I'm talking, and God the whole time he's like, you're wasting your time. He's like, you should just, you know why you're here. You're wasting your time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just get through the whole spiel, and then it was maybe 2 minutes in. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time, and it was just kind of like, all right, here we go.
I hit up Zach on Facebook just because I know he has experience doing videos and whatnot, and Judah and I have been talking about doing a show for a couple years. We just never followed through. And I thought I was just going to try to pick Zach's brain and learn a thing or two. I didn't know we were about to sit down and realize we had the same vision. And it was funny seeing Zach while we were having this conversation. He was literally shaking. I don't know if he knew he was shaking, but he was just sitting there shaking, knowing that the Lord was making his vision come to pass.
It was just one of those moments. It was like, I've divinely connected all of you together. I'm weaving this tapestry, and it was just awesome.
Yeah, watching them two talk about their vision, it was like two giddy schoolgirls, just sitting across from them, and so I'm pretty much here. They have the vision for growing media and everything, and I just like to rant about Jesus. So
he does.
That's what you can expect from me, and a lot of passion. Really reserved right now, but yeah.
You should have seen me earlier.
You should have seen me earlier. I was bringing it. You'll see it eventually, but
bringing the thunder, But I just kind of share with everybody like where you want to see this. Like we all kind of have our wants or vision for it and everything, and I know they align very well together, but like when you get down the road, like where do you want to see God take this? Because in the grand scheme of things, God is the CEO of Be a Light.
Sure,
it's not me, because I don't want that responsibility.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first?
I'll start it off. Well, this as a whole, as they've kind of learned, and Shad really knows, and Zach's learning that I'm more of like feeling oriented. So like the way I feel this is gonna go, and this is how I want to see it, is like we just a community of people who like really, know each other. They know they can come to us for prayer, whatever they want. They can listen. Hopefully, we'll make them laugh, cry, whatever it might be. But really, just somewhere you can go and that we can connect. Not just the area we live in, but connect, since we're on social media, which connects everyone already, but go to a place where you have people you can generally connect with and understand and just have communion and community with.
I'm completely in unison with Judah. I do feel, in my heart, I feel like this could end up branching out and going a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
But the core of what we want is always going to be providing a community for people to know God. And we're stoked about it. And with the way the world is and the way it's going, there are only going to be more and more media outlets. It's already just such a great way to reach people. I actually, on the right over here, I was sharing with Judah that one of the first times I heard about God was through TV. And then there was a televangelist explained that if I wanted to spend my life with Christ, all I had to do was want it and ask him for it. And I prayed for God to be my Lord that day. And I haven't always lived it out, but I know that prayer set the rest of my life in motion looking back. And the fact that we have the opportunity to get that word out there, even if it just means if we do this for 40 years and one person gets saved and their life's transformed, then it's worth it. And I just can't wait to be a vessel and just allow God to work through me.
And another thing I'll add on to that is that I love that we all go to 3 different churches too. So we're not even representing just one, church. We're representing the church. We're not coming from, to this church or that church trying to make something happen. We're just 3 friends, and like I said, me and Zach, we hit it off like right away. It's like I was seeing someone I've known forever. We just have really similar personalities, and we like to laugh. So we did that a lot. But just seeing that happen to where, because we all have a heart to break down the dividers that are within the church. How are you Baptist, Presbyterian, non-denominational, all this. Those aren't needed. They were never needed. They're not needed now. We need to know that we're the church, that we're one. Because in Pensacola alone, there's 500 something churches, and you all have your church. You all have these things. You grew up in church. But a lot of people didn't know they grew up being the church. That you are the church, that we can, hopefully you'll see us grow together as friends and our lives develop. And, who knows, we'll be added to this. We might even have you guys on here so that you can come and hang out with us. Because I'm all about family. Everyone wants to know that they're connected to someone, that they're cared about. And even though we're on social media, if you're in our local area, Gulf Breeze, Gulf Breeze, Pace, Pensacola, we're already in 3 different areas ourselves. So we're here for you in these areas. And we just want to love people.
Yeah. And I think that kind of sums up everything is we want to, we struggle with things, and we are growing as Christ followers or Christians, and we don't want it to be, because I think that's one thing growing up in the church, it was like no one talked about their shortcomings. It was always very hush hush, and we've got to be honest with people, because we do struggle with things. We struggle with, just like this past week, man, it was really hard to read my Bible. I think I might have done it once or twice, and that was it. But man, I got on Facebook like nobody's business. But it's being honest with that, because this week I'm going to be better about that. And putting that out there is, I want people not just to hold me accountable, but to support me, and that's what it's about. It's about building up the body. And that's what I want, Be a Light. That's the whole vision of it, is you can be a Christian in this day and age and walk out that walk. And there are people here to support it.
And I hope we can convey that, Christ is not a crutch. We don't use him just like, he just helps us in this area or that area, but that we are actually, it says in Ephesians that the gifts, the apostle, prophet, and all of them are to build us up to the fullness of the knowledge of the image of Christ. So hopefully, as we continue to grow, and it says iron sharpens iron, and so does a friend to a friend. So hopefully, you'll see us sharpen each other, encourage each other, and yeah, I'll be open. Trust me, I'll be open about a lot of stuff. Zach might have to be like, "Don't be too open about this stuff," but I'll be really open because I'm really personable and really personal, and I love being just transparent as I can be.
Yeah.
And because when I've watched anyone on social media, the ones I care about are the ones I feel like that I know. They're not just a face that I've watched and like, oh, that's that guy, but I actually know their life, know about their wife and their kids, things like that, whatever they want to share. But at least it feels like I have a friend, even though they're on a screen and I'm just playing a video. I feel like I'm watching a friend, and so that's really what I want to convey, and I know they want to convey that too because it's really important.
Yeah. So there you have it. There's the team with Amy, of course, involved as well. We're gonna be producing some awesome content. We already had like a 2-hour conversation before we even sat down to record and everything, but it's going to be awesome. So make sure that you hit that follow and subscribe and all the buttons. Share the mess out of it, because
we're going to do good.
It's going to be awesome. At this table, there's going to be some awesome stuff, and just come along with the ride. And we don't know exactly everything that's going to be coming out, but we can bet you bottom dollar that Jesus is going to be in the middle of it.
And if we do any movie reviews, I'll do my whole review for every movie right now. That was a good movie. And that's all you're ever going to get.
All right, everybody. Hope that you like that video. This has been Zach,
Shad,
and Judah.
Have a blessed week.
Bye.